Bustani.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Miller, on March 22nd of 2012, the Oversight Subcommittee held a hearing in this room, and I specifically asked then Commissioner Shulman about reports that the IRS had been targeting Tea Party groups and other conservative groups. And I would like to play the video of his response. Can we have the video?
There's absolutely no targeting. This is the kind of back and forth that happens when people apply for 501c4s.
This was in March 22nd of 2012. Knowing what you know now, was Commissioner Shulman's response truthful?
It was incorrect, but whether it was untruthful or not, look, when you talk about targeting, and we should really get into this, Dr. Bustani, because when you talk about targeting, it's a pejorative term. What happened here was, and I'm not defending the list, but what happened here, and I would like to go through the application process, what happened here is that someone saw some Tea Party cases come through. They were acknowledging that they were going to be engaged in politics. This was the time frame in 2010 when Citizens United was out. There was a lot of discussion in the system about the use of C4s. People in Cincinnati decided, let's start grouping these cases. Let's centralize these cases. The way they centralized it, troublesome. The concept of centralization, not. And it's not, we're not targeting these people in that sense. What we are doing is making sure that we bring them in and have people...
Well, let me ask you this. You said incorrect, but not untruthful.
Yeah, I don't...
Does that mean he was not informed? Was he not informed of this process?
To my knowledge, I don't believe he knew at the time.
Because in March, you sent a technical advisor to Cincinnati. There were press reports. There were letters from Chairman Camp and myself dating back to 2011. And so clearly there was congressional interest in this issue, press reports, and you're saying he was not informed of this?
So let's divide the world into a couple of pieces here. There is the list that was used, and there was the processing of the cases. Okay. At that time, we were aware that there were issues in the processing of the cases. We were not aware of the list. I asked in late March, actually after the hearing, I believe, for us to go in and take a look, because I thought there were problems in processing of the cases. They came back with both pieces. Yes, there were problems with processing of the cases, and there were problems with the listing.
Okay, so at this, you were given a complete briefing on this improper selection based on political beliefs, and this briefing was, I think you said, May 3rd of 2012. Is that correct?
So I would recharacterize your question, sir. I was informed of what we had found out to date. TIGTA was in there at the time. I was told that there was a use of the list. The list seemed obnoxious to us, as it does to you. Okay. And we were going to take actions on that. And yes, that was in May.
And you say it was not targeting, but why was only one side of the political spectrum singled out in this?
So I think what happened was they were, look, they get 70,000 applications in there for 150 or 200 people to do. They triage those. People look at them and they send them either through the system because they're okay, into a mix of folks so that they can get technically fixed up, and some go for substantive questions. Politics is an area where we always ask more questions. It is our obligation under law to do so. As Mr. George indicated,
right. No, I understand the process.
A 501c3 organization can't do it, and a C4 organization can do some of it. And it's our obligation.
Mr. Miller, we've received letters describing process, but we're trying to get to the heart of this matter. And at the briefing in May of 2012, you were told that tax-exempt applications were being targeted if they contained terms such as Tea Party, We the People, Patriots, and so forth, many of the terms that Chairman Camp referenced. And knowing these practices, knowing that you sent letters to Congress acknowledging our investigation of these allegations, but consistently omitted that such discriminatory practices that are alleged were actually, in fact, taking place. Why did you mislead Congress and the American people on this?
Mr. Chairman, I did not mislead Congress nor the American people. I answered the questions as they were asked.
Why didn't
All
you
right.
tell us about the terms?
Time has expired. Mr. Crowley is recognized.